Hello and welcome back to Here We Tow. Jules and I are back in the Sportivo and we are heading off for a few days.
Another adventure.
It's Easter Monday, so most of you will have just had a really nice Easter away. We were at home doing more jobs.
So everybody's coming back. We're going out.
We're going away. So yeah, we are heading to Rutland Water. So Rutland Water, it's about 2.5 hours from home for us. It's between Leicestershire and Peterborough, not far from Melton Mowbray. Rutland Water itself, the campsite, which we'll see when we get there, is one I've wanted to try for a little while. It's called the Paddock. Now, this one's an adult-only site with 15 pitches, and it's literally just a few minutes from the water's edge. You just walk back up. If you are looking for a family-friendly site, there is a family-friendly one just straight opposite. So again, we'll see a bit more of that when we get there. So the idea is to get on site. I've booked my pitch. I'll talk about that when we get there and how much it's cost. We're going to do some cycling. We've got
plenty of cycling, plenty of walking.
We've got the e-bikes on board, so we can get the bikes out, hopefully find some cafes to try and an ice cream farm. My friend Sharon, who lives around there, has told us about Ferneley's ice cream farm, so we'll be testing that. Right, let's stop talking, start at the motorhome and power off.
Let's hit the road before they get busy.
Yeah, and see you down at Rutland.
See you there. So I just wanted to put this in because in the comments of one of the videos that we've done, somebody has asked what the sound is like whilst travelling in the Sportivo, obviously with all the insulation and the padding and everything on the roof, and just generally how it sounds as we're driving. As a motorhomer, people obviously know that there's quite a lot of noise that can sort of be generated as you're driving along. As you can see here, maybe not so well, but I'll turn you around. You can see that we're on the motorway, obviously doing motorway speeds, and this is the noise, if you can hear anything.
It's really good, and what Jules and I both said is there's not the rattle that you'd normally get. I mean, the Mercedes is a different level, obviously, but it's a beautiful drive, but you don't get that constant rattling and crashing that we've experienced before on all the motorhomes that we've driven. And also, you know, you don't have to have your radio turned right up, you're not shouting at each other. Obviously I'm raising my voice now so you can hear me because you're over there and I'm here and I've no microphone, but we can just talk at a normal level. Totally different.
So yeah, just to reiterate, we've got no microphones, nothing. It's just, this is straight to the camera. But what I've also found as well, and this sounds really cliche, but I actually feel refreshed when we get on site because we haven't had all that thudding, banging, rattling, and everything else going on. The radio, we're not turning right up.
You just have to listen to me talking incessantly at you.
But at least I can hear you. So I'll shut up for a second, and this is the noise. So anybody that's interested, I hope you find that helpful, useful, a little bit of an insight as how we've found it. So I just wanted to put that in. So back to the video.
So that was the drive into the paddock, and as you can see, Bank Holiday Monday, it is raining. Wouldn't expect anything less, but it's meant to be nice the next couple of days, so fingers crossed. So what we did, we came round, our pitch is number 2 over there, and the lake, I won't show you right now, but the lake is literally just over there. So I'm quite excited about this campsite. I'm going to tell you a bit more in a minute, but as you drive in, if you're in a motorhome, this is possibly the best tap to go and fill with some water. Now, because it's raining, I'm all for equal opportunities, as you know, but in the rain it's a bit more of an equal opportunity for Jules to get out. Isn't it, darling?
Absolutely.
I'm a bit of a lizard. I prefer the sun. I'm not as good in the wet. So Jules has jumped out very kindly and filled us up with water. There's a chemical disposal point just here where we've pulled in, and the bins are here, and a little information hut. I don't know where we can dump any grey waste. I'll find that out. Right, so...
But as I was saying on the way in, it's almost like going to the Lake District. You know, you can't go to Rutland Water without it being topped up for some pictures for us to go and have a look round. So,
well,
so
no,
the water's good.
That's true.
Giving us a clean off on the way down as well.
It's very much so. So let's head off down to our pitch and get sorted out. So I'll reverse us back. We can't see it at the moment, but this motorhome has got probably the best reversing camera I've ever seen. And the reason we can't see it right now is because it's got some raindrops on it, because it has literally just hammered it down. But the reversing camera is amazing. So the paddock, basically, it is an adults only site. There are a couple of other sites nearby that are for families as well. This one, I think this is pretty good value. I have paid £26 for a night on a pitch with electric hookup. If you don't want the electric, it's £21. So I don't think that's bad. We're in April at the moment. And that's what I've paid. There aren't any toilet or shower facilities here, so you will have to use on board, but equally at the campsite across the road there's also no facilities there. I think because of where the location is, it's probably not that easy to get onto sewerage perhaps. I don't know. So let me reverse us back. Now the pitches, they are hard standing and you get grass next to it as well. So I'm going to get us nicely onto our hard standing, and then if the weather improves we can always deploy our canopy and get that out and peg it into our grass. Right, we're on pitch 2. The next thing is electric hookup, which we're going to do. The rain has started to recede a little bit. From our pitch we've got a cracking, it's a shame the sun isn't out, hopefully in the next few days I'll show you that. Got a cracking view just straight over there of Rutland Water.
I can see the sea.
Even Joel said wow. So yeah, beautiful spot there. Seems very quiet here. Adults only, 15 pitches. On the way we did stop for a bit of diesel and we went to Greg's at the service station. I'm not a massive Greg's fan, but I had a craving for a sausage roll. So we stopped, didn't we? And I've got 2 sausage rolls, a sausage, bean and cheese pasty, 2 yum yums and a vanilla slice. And I think that'll put me on till tea time. And Jules, you just got a pasty thing, didn't you?
I did. I've got some chicken. I've got some chicken in stock, so I can have that.
You can have that, yeah. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get the motorhome set up. I have got my contraband cupboard, which I will maybe show you as we go along. The plan is to have a quiet night tonight, and then tomorrow we're going to get the e-bikes out and we'll head round Rutland Water, stop at a cafe,
get some miles under our belt, find somewhere to have a coffee, nice latte
and
somewhere.
some cake. Cake maybe. I'm really hungry. At the moment I just want to eat everything I see. And then the day after we're going to that ice cream farm that I told you about, and you can park motorhomes there, so I'm told, so we'll find out. Right, we'll get ourselves set up on this pitch, then we'll have a bit of a look around.
I think we're pretty much level, to be fair, so it's spin the chairs and stick the kettle on.
Yeah, so yeah, brilliant. Oh yeah, kettle on. Right, let's crack on with that. Morning campers. Well, after we arrived yesterday the rain did not stop until a bit later on, so I jumped out and got a couple of photos. Really nice view of the water just behind us from the pitch. But yeah, it just rained and rained, so I didn't film anything else. We had a quiet evening. I managed to consume all my Greggs treats. Don't normally go to Greggs, but I did manage to eat them all. They were quite nice. So this morning we've got up. Jules is just literally, see if I can show you behind me, just literally going into the garage to get the e-bikes out. So this morning,
Time to do a bit of a setup.
A setup of the bikes. I'll show you that in a second, but this morning the chap who owns the site, I think he's called Jason, he came round, gave us a really good information book about Rutland and told us about a couple of places to go. We've already been recommended the nursery at the end of the lane and turn right. There's a cafe there, so we'll go there tomorrow, but today we're cycling. So if I just show you in here, so this is our Sportivo garage. I know I'm going to do a full review, but just gives you an idea of our garage and what we've got in there. So those are our bikes, table and chairs, our big motorhome box, our motorhome levelling ramps. So we've got everything in there, absolutely no problem. Jules is just going to demonstrate the table, I think, for whatever reason he's choosing to do this.
I'm putting the table up because the grass is wet.
Ah.
So I'm going to put things on the table so that they don't get wet as well.
Jules has always got lots of good ideas. I just crack on. So the plan is to do this cycle route. Now, as I say, from our pitch, that over there, if I turn you round, is Rutland Water. And because it's not hammering it down, you can hopefully see it a little clearer today. It's over there. So yeah, so what we'll do is we'll get the bike set up and then we're going to pedal down to the water's edge. As I say, this route, it's 17 miles if you do the full circle, 23 or 4 if you do the peninsula. We'll see where we get to. But we go back out of the campsite gate, turn left down the lane, and that'll bring us down to the water itself. So our plan is to head down there. I better go and help Jules assemble the bikes, otherwise I won't hear the end of that. So I'll go get cracked on with Jules. So Jules, it's safety first. We're getting the helmets out. We always wear our helmets, don't we, Jules?
Absolutely.
And why do we wear them? What happened to you? This.
I was showing off and we went through a ford and I hit a bit of algae and I ended up...
You fell off, didn't you, Jules?
I dismounted with style.
Oh, it was awful. We were with our friends Nigel and Kay on our e-bikes, and Jules had told me to film him cycling through a ford, and I said, "This is not a good idea, Jules. Please don't do it." And you're like, "No, film me. I'll be fine." So we belted through this ford. Only yeah, he hit a load of algae and flew off. And oh my God, he went. I've got it on. I've got the video of it, but I wouldn't do that to him. I'd never show you it. And oh my God, he fell off in this ford. Oh, I was properly worried. Anyway, he lived to tell the tale, but it just goes to show, yeah, put your helmet on because Jules properly went down. So yeah, but no, so he's got the bikes out, the helmets out, sorry. And then it's just the bikes. So it's the Mark II e-bikes. We've had these a little while now. Really good bikes, but we always bungee strap ours in, remove the front wheel. I'll give Jules a hand now because they are a little bit heavy. So I'll dive in there and give him a hand. Oh no, look, he's managing. Do you want a hand, Jules?
No, I'm fine.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
So it's quite interesting actually with the Sportivo. On our other motorhome, the garage door opened all the way, but with the Sportivo door, that's as far as it'll open because it's got this hydraulic strut there that you can see. So that's as far as it'll open, but we've not really had any issues getting the bikes in, have we? Do you want me to come and hold that? No.
It'll be down anyway.
That's mine. That one's got a... Oh no, that one's yours. That hasn't got a stand. So that's Jules' Scrambler. And mine's... is mine a CX?
Yours is a Scrambler 430C.
It's 430C. Yeah, so there we go. Right. I'm going to lend a hand now. That's enough of watching Jules do some work. I've not fallen off yet, but let's not tempt fate. So we left the site, came down the hill, sort of bared off to the right and onto this track. This part so far, it is an accessible track as well. A little bit bumpy in places, but wow. So we've come through a little wooded area. We're about literally, I don't know, 5 minutes into the ride. And here we are, popped out right at the water's edge. Absolutely stunning. So the plan is to just keep cycling, following the track. Down there, you get to your first cafe. I think that's at Normanton. We won't stop at that one. We're going to carry on round, and there's other cafes as we go round, but basically the loop is going to go all the way round and take us back to the campsite. But apart from me talking away, it's absolutely silent. There's people fishing. You can hire bikes. There's Rutland Cycle Hire a bit further along here. So if you're coming and you haven't got bikes, you can hire some bikes. I'll put links to Rutland in the description, then you can find where everything is. But yeah, I love stuff like this. It's like you get out, it's fresh air, the weather's nice, you go into a cake shop. What more do you want? So Jules and I are going to jump back on the bikes and carry on. But yeah, this is really nice. Okay, so we've done the cycle route, as you've seen. Jules has been holding the camera as we've been going. Came over the dam, pedalled along with another couple of miles, and I think we're at Waterside Cafe. Behind me is Rutland Bell. You can see a boat, or I think you can see a boat. Yeah, it's still there. Just checking it hadn't gone off. Then I'd have looked very stupid, more stupid than normal. You can actually get boat trips from here. So the Rutland Bell, you can get a boat trip onto the water to do that. We've stopped, as I said, I think this is Waterside Cafe. We've stopped for some lunch, so I won't put this in my mouth while I'm talking, but we've got here it's a little bit expensive, but you know, you're paying for the experience, aren't you? I've got a jacket potato with beans, and Jules has got a ham and tomato sandwich. I won't even go into how much it's cost, because that's probably more of a Yorkshire thing than anything else. So we're going to have some lunch, and then we're going to have a steady pedal on and back to the campsite. We're not going to film all of that, because I think you've got a gist of what it's like. We've really, really enjoyed that. It's been a really nice leisurely ride, nice track, really safe. There's lots of car parks on the way, so if you're coming in your car to pick up the route at different bits, you can do that. But really enjoyable. So we're going to have our lunch, and then we will probably, no doubt, if nothing else disastrous happens, we'll see you back at the Paddock campsite. We've made it back onto our pitch.
In one piece.
That was absolutely brilliant. We had a really good time. We had some lunch, which actually was quite enjoyable, and we decided it was good to stop when we did. And
even at the price.
Even at the price, and I choked. But how many kilometres did we do?
I think it was 11.4. I do have a
each
screenshot.
Way.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, so 11.4 kilometres each way we did. We didn't do the full circle, because I think
it was enough.
Yeah, but I think it takes you a little bit out away from the edge of the water, so we just pedalled back the way we came because we really enjoyed that. So we cycled to that cafe and back, 11.4 kilometres each way. Jules engaged the part of his brain that resulted in him falling off his bike in the ford that time. He decided to go off.
I wondered what you were going to say.
He decided to go off-road at one point. There was a muddy bit, And I was thinking, I'll just slow down here. Oh no, Jules decided to go through the field, only because it's hammered it down yesterday. The field was a bog, wasn't it?
I didn't see that till lastminute.com.
So look.
Yeah, I did, I don't know if you can see.
That's Jules's bike. Yeah, these are his wheels, look. And all up there.
I'm sure people know what wheels look like.
And all up there, and all up your bottom. But yeah, I had a moment of slight entertainment and then panic he was going to fall off again. Anyway, we made it, didn't we? So that was brilliant.
In fairness to me, it was a bumpy part of the track and it looked like the line of least resistance. Anybody who does driving will know the line of least resistance is what you take.
It was the line of complete danger. I spotted the mud miles away. Anyway, we made it back. What we're going to do, we've been sat out actually since we got back because the sun's been out, so we've been sat out.
I had a caramel shortbread that we brought back from the cafe.
And I had my yum-yums that I got from Greg's, but the cafe caramel shortbread looked amazing, so you got that.
9 out of 10.
9 out of 10. So we've been sat out and that's it. We're going to put the bikes back in the garage and that's it for today.
Yes, we are.
I'm going to supervise that. But what we'll do is we will catch you tomorrow, because tomorrow we're going to get in the Sportivo and we're going to go to the ice cream farm. The ice cream farm's called Ferneley's and it's on the way back to Melton Mowbray. Oh, it's been a long day. Back to Melton Mowbray, so we're going to...
She knows nothing about pork pies.
I do. I like pies.
Melton Mowbray pies.
We're going to go there. There is apparently parking for your motorhome. We'll find that out, but this is what my friend Sharon has advised, that we will be able to park. So that's where we're going tomorrow.
So we're going to enjoy this weather. Look at this weather.
Yes. The weather in the...
It's clouding over a little bit now, but it's still sitting out weather.
Yep, so we'll wrap it up for today. Hopefully you've enjoyed having a look at Rutland. And
we did.
Tomorrow we'll back in the motorhome and we'll go to the ice cream farm. So have a good night and we'll see you in a bit. Good morning. Well, it's a bit of a different weather day today. I've deployed the big coat because it's a little bit chilly. Not like yesterday where we had some absolutely belting weather. So after we left you, we sat out on the pitch in the sun and we also went up to Rutland Nurseries, which is back at the top of the lane and turn right. It literally took us, I'd say 6 or 7 minutes to walk up there. Nice garden centre, very nice. There's a restaurant which... good choice of food, but a little bit pricey. And then we just sat outside in the courtyard a bit and there's like a hut, I think it was called. And we just got a drink and a sausage roll, which was very nice. So yeah, that was a good little spot. And it's all dog friendly as well. So if you come in with your pets, no problem at all. So today we're moving on. We've finished at the Paddock here at Rutland Water. Absolutely recommend this place. A brilliant campsite. There's no facilities, as I say, but a brilliant campsite. So quiet and loads of room around the pitches. So a definite recommendation for this one that we've tried. Next stop, we are heading off now to the ice cream farm. It's called Ferneley's and it's on the way to Melton Mowbray. As well as ice cream, they've also got food in the cafe and I think they've got a bit of like a farm shop thing. But we'll find out when we get there because obviously we're going to sample that together. Whether I'll have full-blown ice cream at this time of day, I don't know. By the time we get there, it'll be about, I think, 10:30ish. So we'll wait and see, or I might just get something to eat. Let's get packed up, get on the road and head to Ferneley's. And as far as I'm aware, you can park your motorhome there. So we're going to find out. Right, I will see you up at the ice cream farm. Right, we've arrived at Ferneley's. It was about a 20-minute drive. Head towards Melton Mowbray. Find it on your map and you'll find it. So we've parked in the top left-hand corner of the car park. So here we are, plenty of room. If it is a busy day, there's an overflow in this field. And I've spoken to the lady here and you can also do a Brit stop. So they let you do a stopover on a night here with your motorhome or camper van. Also, I'm joined by my friend Sharon. Now, Sharon's got a sunlight cliff. I've done plenty of sunlight reviews before, and she's got a cliff. So this is Sharon. Sharon actually told me about Ferneley's ice cream farm. So how would you find your sunlight, Sharon?
Love it. I've had it 4 years, and it's a 2-bedroom sunlight. It's got a shower, toilet combined, and then we can actually convert this area to a 3rd bed as well, which we have done. Gone away with 3 adults and a dog. So we've
bunting.
Bunting.
Sharon's well posh, she's got bunting. I'd have like strips of toilet paper hanging down, that's about as classy as I
That's
get.
what my camping.
So yeah, and it's always easily accessible.
Yeah.
So that's your Sunlight, as I say, the Cliff, which are a really good van, aren't
Yeah,
they?
6 metre on this
Yeah.
one.
And have you had any issues apart from a tap that was a bit of frost damage?
Just a tap with a bit of frost damage. That's it. It's my own fault, to be fair.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, brilliant.
Not had any. It's done 22,000 miles now. So
They
yeah.
are nice.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Really,
they're
been
a
really
good
pleased
van.
with it.
I know I
Definitely
say this
recommend.
in my reviews, they're a good van, but
Yeah.
there's an owner. They
Yeah.
are a good van.
Yeah,
Right, so let's
definitely.
venture back this way. So that's a Sunlight Cliff if you're looking for a camper. But back to the Sportivo. Right, I'm having to shout. I've not put my mic on because otherwise you wouldn't hear Sharon. And then, as usual, there's a guy trimming grass. He probably just did it for a laugh. What we're going to do is we're getting back in the Sportivo and we're actually heading home now. So it's nearly 3-hour drive. So we're going to get back on the road. We've had a great time at Rutland. I would definitely recommend coming down to Rutland. It's a lovely county. We've had a mix of weather, but in terms of the actual experience, loved it. Would definitely come back. Ice cream was very good. I've been in and I've had pancakes with banana ice cream, and Sharon had pancakes with salted caramel ice cream, and Jules had a latte because he's been super healthy. So yeah, we've had a really nice little trip in there. They've got lots of different items on the menu as well if you're wanting to eat in there, or you can get an ice cream cone. But yeah, so I've had a lovely trip. Thank you very much for watching. I'll put all the links in the description, and Jules and I will be back out again actually next week. We're going to Whitby, so we're heading to the coast. There'll be another video for that, obviously. So as always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.